Hello friends, today we have the 4 bar chain mechanism. O1, A, B, O2. Similarly, O1, A, it is a crank 1, and BO2, it is our second crank. Your O1A, it is a driver. BO2, it is a driven. Now friends, in this problem, the radius of O1A crank, it is 90 mm. Similarly, your crank BO2, it is given 90 mm, and your length of connecting link AB, that is a connecting rod, it is given 70 mm. So in this 4 bar chain mechanism, the both driver and driven crank, the dimensions are same. Driver and driven crank dimensions are same. So now friend, here the driver and driven crank dimensions are same, 90 mm, and the length of connecting link, it is less than your crank radius. So now friends, in our problem, O1A and BO2 both are the crank, both dimensions are same, 90 mm. But the length of connecting rod AB, it is less than now friends, in problem O1A and BO2 both are the crank, 90 mm long. Now the length of connecting rod AB, now friends, here O1A and BO2 both are crank with 90 mm long, and the length of connecting rod AB, it is 70 mm. So our length of the connecting rod less than the radius of both the crank. So in this 4-bar chain mechanism, both crank are oscillating. So first we mark our O1 point. At O1 we draw the 90 mm. Our O1A crank. At the O1A we take the 105-degree angle and we show the position of connecting link AB. And it is our first position B1, 70 mm. This is our 70 mm. Again from B1 we draw the driven crank O2B. Now I say this is our driver crank and this is our driven crank. After that we find out the extreme position on both sides. So first I take the O2 point, it is a center and radius 70 plus 90 mm, 160. Now I draw the arc on both sides. Similarly I kept the O1, it is a center, same total length radius. I draw the arc on both sides where I show the extreme position. The mechanism can be go up to this level, that show as a dash, A double dash. Similarly you can represent here your B double dash and B dash. Now the question it is, draw the locus of midpoint of connecting link. So I take the B1 is a center, 35 mm radius. Now I draw the arc on first position. This is our P1 point. Now you choose the some 1 centimeter 10 mm radius and you can divide your driven crank path. I am going to divide this driven crank path. First we make the dark, this Similarly, you can create the dark here. Then take the 1 centimeter approx, that means 10 mm. Then you can go for division 1, second, third, fourth. Now continue do your work. If I take this point is a center, and when I draw the arc, it is go to the outside of the extreme position, I neglect the point. Then my crank, it is going to down, first arc, second, again it is going to outside, so I neglect it. Now you have to mark all the oscillating position. Now this is my first position, A1 O1, then crank it is going on upward direction. During its oscillating moment, it is moving on downward direction. Then it is go on this way. So it is called as a moment of your driver crank. Similarly, according the driver crank moments, your driven crank can also move up and down. So for one oscillation of your driver crank, you have to collect the path of midpoint P on connecting rod. So this is my A1, then it is our A2, A3, A4, A5. Now during the downward moments, this is my same A6, A7, A8, A9, A10. So I am considering this point A11. Then upper moments, it is A12 and A1. Your one oscillation, it is completed. Now you have to take the radius length of connecting rod AB. It means 70 mm. Center A1, we draw the arc on B oscillating parts. We get the B1. We join the A1 B1. On A1 B1, we mark the P point. Similarly, we can do the exercise for A2. Now understand here, if A1 O1 crank, driver crank, it is moving upward direction and it's applied the force on this connecting rod, your B point, it is moving on upward direction. So that is a very important point. Each upward direction moments, we draw the arc on upward direction. So I choose the A2 point center. I draw the arc on upward direction. Similarly, A3 point center, I draw the arc on upward direction. Now first, we join our A2, this is our B2 point, this is our B3. So first I join the A2 B2 with a light line. Similarly, you can join your A3 B3 with a light line. Now you can mark your midpoint of A2, B2. So I take the A2 center, I mark the midpoint on A2, B2, where I write this is my P2 point. Similarly, you can mark the point on A3, B3. This is your P3 point. Now same center A4. I draw the arc. My arc it is going to the outside of extreme position. So I neglect the points. I choose the A5 center and I draw the arc on upward direction. So it is exactly at B3. So I join my A5, B5 points with light line. A5 center, I draw the arc. This is our P5 point. Now from P5 your crank it is moving on downward direction. So for we keeping the A6, it is a center and we draw the arc on downward direction. So this is our B6. First we joined our A6, B6 with a light line. A6 it is a center, I draw the arc. I got my P6 point here, P6. Now similarly you can choose your A7, draw the arc on downward direction. This is your B7 point. Join your B7, A7 with a light line. And choose the midpoint. This is your P7. Similarly, your A8, it is a center. Draw the arc. You can get your B8. Join your A8, B8. Show your link position. A8 it is a center and we do that. We have to follow all the repeat step for all the points. This is your P8 point. Now from A9 I draw the arc, so it is exactly on extreme position. I mark the B9. Then I join the A9, B9. On this link, we go to our midpoint. This is our P9. Now again from A10 you draw the arc, so you can get the point here exactly. That is your B10. Join your A10 B10. You can mark the midpoint on A10 B10 position and we write the P10 here. Similarly, keeping the A11 as a center, we are going to downward direction, but the arc it is going to up, so we negligible this point. Then from A10 A9 I draw the arc on upward direction. From A10, that is your B10, apply A12, that is our B12. First I join the A12 B12 with a light line. On this line we find out our P12 point. From 11, your crank it is moving on upward direction. Choose your A11 and draw the arc on top. You connect your A11 and your B11 point. This is my B11. Then I go for P11. So A11 center, I draw the arc. This is our P11 points. Now, friends, connect all the points with smooth curves. So I start my path of point P from P1, then P2, P3, P5. I give the shape, then P6, P7, P8, P9, P10, P11, P12 and your initial point P1. So this is our answer of locus of midpoint P on CR. And what you understand, both cranks are oscillating. Our driver crank and driven crank both are oscillating. So now this is an importance problem in 4-bar chain mechanism. When your both the crank, driver and driven crank dimension are same and length of connecting rod, it is a less than radius of both the crank. That case, our 4-bar chain mechanism always oscillating, and you can apply this knowledge of this mechanism in automobile industries. Thank you for attending the online class.